You have entered Alyx's world, a safe space for wrestling fans like you.
Hello all, and welcome to Alyx's World, a safe space for wrestling fans like you. I am your host, Alyx, just Alyx, and you are watching our WWE Royal Rumble 2025 preview and predictions. We are here to break down the matches. We are here to predict the winners. We are here to talk about who is going to WrestleMania 41. Because the road to WrestleMania officially begins this Saturday live in Indianapolis at the Lucas Oil Stadium. But you all know what happens when I talk about greatness. I have to have greatness in the building. I don't want to waste any more of your time. We got a big audience coming in early. So how's about we bring out the superstars? I want you all to get on your feet. I want you all to pay respects to the premier reaction channel here in the wrestling YouTube space. How's about we all say hello to A&B Convos Wrestling Edition.
And this is A&B Convos Wrestling Edition.
Yeah.
That's so sad.
Okay, yeah, this is a sad thing. I'm trying to celebrate here, man. It's been a minute since we have been all up in here. We stump for you on a regular, but it has been a minute since we've been in Alyx's world. Thank you, brother, for inviting us back here. I am excited. What's up to everybody in the chat?
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. You know how we do. We got two of the best reactors here. We got my A. He's standing tall. He's looking good. He ought to be in Hollywood. We got our girl B. She's got style. She's got finesse. And she's better than all the rest, including you too, Britt Baker. Deal with it.
You're number one, Britt Baker. You're number one. And which, by the way, I want to say you are the man. We watched that video. All right. And you did a little nod to that. I mean, it is what it is. We don't know this woman personally. We only know her from our firsthand experience. And Britt Baker, we salute you. You're number one.
There it is. Good to have you guys here. I am really excited to get into this particular show. But before we do you mind we cover a quick topic that just came to light just a few hours ago? I think you know about it. Ladies and gentlemen, I am proud to announce we have the first entry into the 2025 Hall of Fame, and it is officially the game Triple H.
Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be going into the Hall of Fame. Quick reactions. I'm going to start off with you, my boy A. How we feeling about Triple H?
The game Triple H. You know what? I'm going to say it right now. This man has made some of the biggest moves in pro wrestling I've ever seen. I would say absolutely well-deserved for what he has accomplished, not only as a professional wrestler, but legitimately taking this company. Remember where he first started, okay? He was just a Hunter Hearst, that whole snob from Connecticut, to where he is right now, taking the WWE to unprecedented heights. Abso-freaking-lutely, I'm amazed. Well-deserved. What
you think, B?
Absolutely. About time. Because, you put it off. Why? Because he's still there running stuff. That doesn't change his contributions to this company and how much we all love him.
But personally, I'm never mad at it. All right. When it comes to the Hall of Fame, and maybe it's just me and my old school way of thinking, but I always feel like the Hall of Fame is reserved for people who have long since been away from the business. You know what I mean? Like you're inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, the Hip Hop Hall of Fame, like people who aren't really doing it like they used to do it. You know what I mean? So, I mean, that's the only thing that I will have to say. Well deserved, but my old school way of thinking is just, I want to see some people that contributed, who've been back in the day. That's just my thing. What do you think about it?
I feel like if you're going to have a Hall of Fame, you got to have Triple H in there. Point blank. And
For sure.
If it was up to him, and he has said this, he wouldn't have gone in until he legitimately retired from the business. And that's him. This move was made by his wife, Stephanie McMahon. This was a Stephanie McMahon decision. She brought out Shawn Michaels and Undertaker to induct him earlier during a pressing whatever for the Royal Rumble. It was for a media appearance. And he didn't know about it until they made this. So
that's so cool.
That's awesome. That's a great surprise.
You know what, man? I feel like when you look at his career, you look at the championships, the 3 decades of legendary runs, not just DX, not just Evolution,
right?
Not even, I would be here all day naming all the tag teams he was in. I just feel like everything that Triple H represents WWE, represents wrestling as it is.
Yeah.
I feel like if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't have NXT. I don't know where we would be today if he wasn't steering the ship. Of course, after losing Vince McMahon, which was exactly what we needed. We needed someone to lead the charge, and I think he is the perfect person to lead us into the whatever new era is coming. And this is a much, much deserved induction. If anybody's gonna go in, it has to be Triple H. So that's my thoughts. Congratulations to Paul Levesque, Triple H, and I think the entire chat will agree. Although there are some that are saying it's too soon, like our boy 3 Diglets over here.
What up, 3 Diglets?
Negative Nancy.
I mean, you know what? I think I get it and I understand it. Like I said, I feel like it should be reserved for people.
Don't give in to your bromance.
Bromance.
I swear, him and 3 Diglets have a bromance.
3 Diglets. But I'm thinking, maybe the perfect person to induct him is Vince Kennedy McMahon. I don't know. Maybe Vince McMahon.
Hey.
Huh?
Let's not get too carried away, sir.
I also think Triple H's feud with The Rock is one of the most classic feuds. These fools went toe to toe and put it all on the line every time.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Absolutely.
Congratulations.
Someone said this too, and I agree with this. Get your flowers while you're still here, while you can still smell them. That's something that I've been really hating on when it comes to these inductions. We always wait, like Macho Man Randy Savage. I'm bitter about that. We waited until he passed away to put him in. No, let's give it to them while they're here. So I agree with that 100%, if anything else. So any other thoughts before we go ahead and move things along?
Let's get into it, baby.
Royal Rumble 2025. Can I tell you what the attendance is looking like for this event as of right now? And this is coming straight from WrestleTix. We have currently, and I'm not making this up, it says it right here, 64,000 tickets out. They are on track to breaking the all-time record at Lucas Oil Stadium. If they cross 70,000, that would be the biggest audience that stadium has ever seen.
Not surprised.
Huge.
Not surprised. And this is again, this is to the helm of Triple H. I know it's not a one-man show. I know there are a lot of people that are involved in making this machine run. But the reality is this was a Vince McMahon show for 40 plus years. The fact that this man was able to take this ball, get the crew together, something that somebody else down the road can't seem to do. Tony Khan. You know what I'm saying? I mean, come on, dog. What are we talking about right now? Go Triple H.
You know what? I wonder, because this is how my brain works. When they say there is 64,000 tickets sold, are they including the second hand, like SeatGeeks and Vivid Seats, all those people who purchased them as soon as they come out and now they're for sale and they haven't resold them yet, but the original seats were sold to them? Do they include those in those amounts?
I mean, they probably do. I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah.
They probably do. But that's still, look, I'm pretty sure they're going to have a good solid 60K on Saturday. And that's still that's a WrestleMania crowd right there. Jesus,
Oh, for
Christ
sure.
almighty.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
Including 3 Diglets who will be there front and center.
That's right. Former Super Chat champ 3 Diglets will be live at the building. I'm also wondering where the actual Super Chat champ is. Is he here tonight? Because he's got to be there on Saturday to defend that belt.
Is that Corp CA? Is that Corp CA?
My boy Corp CA. Speaking of 3 Diglets, I'm going to need you to do me the favor of reading his first Super Chat, if you don't mind.
Oh, man. Oh, Alyx, don't you dare be sour. Thanks for having me, Alyx. Shout out to A, the big dog. Arr, arr, arr. Shout out to Bone Crusher, Stella Rose. The Royal Rumble is going to be litty. My favorite PPV of all time. Looking forward to early match. Let's go.
There it is right there. Thank you so much. 3 Diglets for that awesome donation. And speaking of
I love
every
you
match,
too.
let's go ahead and get things started. You guys ready to kick things off with this tag team 2 out of 3 falls match?
Let's get it.
Yeah, but let me give a quick shout out to Jody Bennett.
Woo! What up, Jody? All right, brother.
Of course, everyone
Had
loves
to do it.
Everyone loves us, some of them A and B Convos hopefuls that always show up wherever they go, and I appreciate
indeed.
them.
Yes,
for being
indeed.
Here. But let's
All right,
go
what
ahead
we
and
got?
get along. First on the show, of course, is this 2 out of 3 falls tag team match for the WWE Tag Team Championships. We got DIY, Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa, taking on Motor City Machine Guns. If you don't mind, B, ladies are first. How we feeling about the match? And of course, who do you see coming out with those belts?
It's difficult because I don't love DIY. I like them more that they're heel now, but I don't love them. So I feel like they are going to retain probably, but then it's weird. They Motor City Machine Guns took the belts, and then are they going to get it back? I don't know why they did all this. I don't know that this tag team is good enough to be at Royal Rumble. I think my issue is, out of all the tag teams, I don't feel like this is a Royal Rumble match. I feel like I could watch this on Raw or SmackDown.
Ouch.
I'm sorry, that's just how I feel.
Ouch.
But I think that DIY will retain, but there'll be all kinds of interference because there's so many teams that have gotten into the storyline now. I think DIY will retain because of all the interference.
Okay, look. Let me lay it out to you like this. All right, I've made no bones about this. There's nothing wrong with these teams as far as the wrestling is concerned. They're all great in-ring performers. But you know what? A wet paper towel can only do so much. Okay? It can only do so much. And quite frankly, it ain't doing much for me. All right. The Motor City Machine Guns, they were your tag team champions way too early. We know the reason why. They pushed them. They haven't gotten over with this audience in the way that they thought that they would. This, to me, is a snooze fest. I'm happy that DIY have gone heel. I've enjoyed that more so than their face situation. But the only thing that's interesting about this match for me is the fact that it's 2 out of 3 falls, because that gives it a little bit of a, okay, let's you know what I mean? Give me a little bit of edge on the seat watching here. Other than that, this is a bathroom break. I hate to say it like that. My personal feeling, though, is DIY is going to retain. But I tell you what should happen. The Street Profits should get involved in this match in some way, shape, or form, because you ain't seen near them in a minute. That's how I feel about it.
I'm going to keep it short and sweet. I am not a fan of the tag team division across the board on WWE. Mm-hmm. It is cold on Raw. It is cold on SmackDown. I don't watch NXT either, but I'm pretty sure it's cold there. It's missing something. We need a tag team or some kind of story to happen to get interest back into this, because it is ridiculous that we have 4 of the best wrestlers in the industry today, and it's one of the coldest things across the board. And I don't even think I can blame Gargano, Ciampa, Chris Sabin, Alex Shelley. I just blame creative. And look, I don't mind giving it to Triple H when he needs to be given it to. I think Triple H is very heavily focused on the main event scene, and that's great and all. But now that SmackDown has gone 3 hours, what the show has done is exposed how dry this roster is in terms of star power, in terms of interest. Yep. That's what happens when you get more TV time. Now you're really out in the open, and now there's not enough carrying 3 hours. And quite frankly, SmackDown, since it went 3 hours, has been unbearable. I'm sorry. I just think it's been one of the worst things that could happen, and I cannot wait till it goes back to 2 hours. But I agree with y'all. Like, there's no heat behind this. Do I think the match is going to be good? I think it will be a great match. I think it will be a great showing of both tag teams. But what's he going to do? DIY wins, okay. Mercy Machine Guns win, all right. Now DIY looks weak. So it's a throwaway match. I agree with B 100%. It should have been on SmackDown. We could have gotten something else, but it's here. So
there you go.
Let's keep it short and sweet. DIY retains. And yes, I do think the Street Profits are up next. But what I'm hearing, and I want your thoughts on this, we're building to a multi-team match at WrestleMania, clearly, because that's why you're seeing all these tag teams. Mm-hmm. I'm thinking we could be seeing a ladder match, perhaps even a TLC match, which would be insane to happen at WrestleMania.
But not with Pretty Mid.
Oh, you talking about the?
She said Pretty Mid.
Wow.
Pretty deadly.
Wow.
Pretty mid.
They can wrestle. You know,
I didn't say they couldn't.
They're not. Okay, look, we talked about this earlier. I'll keep it short and sweet. Earlier today, we were talking about Tegan Nox. Mm-hmm. What I said was, if you all recall, and you may recall this, when she blew out her, I think it was the second knee in a match, and she kept going, and she kept going, and she kept going as long as she could until she just couldn't go. And she was crying. She was in tears. And it was just like, it reminded me of JD McDonough. My man, by all rights, he should be dead. Okay? Mm-hmm. We all saw what happened Monday night. All right? Nobody's neck should bend like that. But the fact that you're telling me your neck is fine, but you got broken ribs and a punctured lung, you're going to be out for a cool minute. But my man finished the match. Yeah. You understand me? He finished the match. SOB. That is one tough SOB. So what I'm saying is this. Even I want people to wrestle with that kind of heart. I want people to wrestle like, okay, this is a bad injury. I'm not going to be able to go, but I'm going to go until I ain't got no more gas and I'm all in tears. I want to see people wrestle with that kind of heart and put that kind of enthusiasm into your character, because it's not just about the in-ring wrestling. It's about your character overall. If your music, if your character, if it ain't hitting, what are we watching you for? Am I wrong?
You're not wrong.
Come on. And that was the problem with Tegan Nox. She was a great, she had the heart. She knew the skill set of wrestling, and I don't know whose fault it is. It was hers, it was creative, I don't know. But there was no character development that had that bite. Nobody really wanted to watch it like that, no matter how many times you change your hair color. I love you, though. I love you.
Sometimes it just don't work. But you know what, man? I don't want to spend too much time with the tag teams. I want to get to a match that I think we all will agree is a hot angle, probably the hottest thing carrying SmackDown right now, and that is the WWE Championship ladder match involving the real world champion Kevin Owens and the other world champion Cody Rhodes. I kid, but yes, it is for the WWE Championships. The titles will be hung above the ring. One will have to climb to the top to get the titles. If you guys don't mind me going first, I want to set the mood with this one.
Please.
And I would like your opinions on how things will go from here. Now, we can all agree that Cody's reign outside of the bloodline has been just saying. And I'm not the only person saying that, because Roman Reigns said that. I'm not kidding. He said that in an interview. He said Cody Rhodes' reign outside the bloodline has not been all that interesting. And the island of relevancy has really helped him shine, probably more than we thought he did. And so now that he's been champion away from Roman Reigns, it hasn't been the best thing. And I think this feud with Kevin Owens is showing us that you need others to help carry Cody to interest. Yeah. And that's a sad reality, because Cody can't carry a feud by himself. And that is something that you need as a champion. That's something Roman had. That's something Austin, John Cena, Rock, all the best champions carried others to a new level. Cody hasn't been doing that for me. And I feel like Kevin Owens honestly has been carrying this feud.
Yeah.
Because him bringing back the world, the old school Winged Eagle World Championship, him going to Raw and SmackDown with it, him acting like the champion, that's been the driving force of this. And so my heart is saying, why would you end that? Why would you cut Kevin off when he's doing some of the best work of his career? What a shock it would be if they had Kevin go to the Royal Rumble, and I don't know, let's say we get to Royal Rumble, Randy Orton returns, and instead of Randy Orton turning on Kevin, which is what everyone predicts, Randy turns on Cody and has Kevin win. So now Kevin's the champion, and then he goes into WrestleMania to fight a Sami Zayn, to fight whoever is facing him for it. Maybe do a rematch with Cody Rhodes if you wanted to. But I feel like Kevin's done such a great job. He's been such a great heel top champion that I think he should be rewarded for it. Unfortunately, we all know what's about to happen. We all know that Cody Rhodes is the poster boy. We all know he makes them a lot of money. And because of all that, unfortunately, he is going to retain. And is the match going to be good? The match is going to be awesome. I'll even say the match is going to be fantastic. Cody Rhodes' match with Sammy Guevara was one of the best matches in AEW history. That ladder match, his last ladder match, classic. So I'm expecting high quality from these two. I just think storyline-wise, it would have been better. It would be better if Kevin wins the match here. But I know they're going to go with Cody Rhodes. But that's just my opinion. I'm curious to know, how we feeling about this match and who you got to win.
Okay, look, so I'm going to be honest with y'all, keep it as short and succinct as I possibly can. I'm very confused right now. I'm very confused. I'm liking what I'm seeing. I've been saying this on our lives constantly, that Cody's been using his black outside voice. Okay, every single time he gets on the mic.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, he's speaking guttural. Like he talked to Brandy, like, I need you to, how do I invoke the ancestors? You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
And it is coming out. It is guttural. I like it. The reason why I'm confused right now, because I watched Cody Rhodes and he looks like somebody who, it almost feels like somebody that's been on a losing streak. You know what I mean? Like John Cena keeps complaining about how he hasn't won a singles match in how long. And he just feels like sad Corbin right now. Like, I don't know what's going on. I feel like I'm not loved. I can't get a break. You are the WWE champion. And he feels beaten down to me. He doesn't feel like the WWE champion. And I think that might be because of this feud with Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
And the fact that he brought in this Winged Eagle, which you know how I feel about that title belt. But I'm really confused. I can definitely see some shenanigans going on. I would love to see that. But yeah, he is the poster child, because the reality is they're looking down the line. Royal Rumble, as you already know, sets the stage for Mania. And we're still kind of up in the air when it comes to The Rock and Cody and Roman. And I don't know what's going on. It's unanswered for me. There's too many loose ends in the ethers of the WWE universe that it's unsettling to me. And so, yeah, I think it's going to be a good match. And I think it needed to be a ladder match for us to really get some interest in this match, more so than there would be. Because like you said, and like I said, Cody as champion, it hasn't been stellar. And again, whatever the reason that is, I don't know. I'm not mad at what you said, but yeah, for sure it's going to be Cody for the win. But there's got to be some shenanigans to this. Got to be.
What you think, Pete?
Oh, yeah, for sure it's going to be Cody for the win. I mean, and I disagree. I'm like you. I'm feeling this Eminem version of Cody Rhodes lately. I'm digging it.
Cody Rhodes, please stand up. Please stand up. Please stand up. Okay.
So I'm digging him lately, and I wasn't until he started. He's really just hitting somebody when they're talking. He's really kind of getting away from being the good All-American boy, which he needs to. And part of the defeated also is that he knows that he's not getting a lot of good recognition. Like, people are talking about his run being bored, and I'm sure that he's not feeling like a champ when people are talking about his run like that. So maybe that's part of him trying to step it up and be more aggressive and do something different. Whatever it is, I like it. But I do think he's going to retain. I wouldn't want to see KO as champion personally. I like his anger issues. I like that he was able to give him an interesting feud. But I don't want to see that. And they're setting up CM Punk and Cody anyway, so that's what we're getting at WrestleMania.
That's what I'm confused about.
And we're going to get Rock and Roman at WrestleMania, which is what we were supposed to get last year, and it was put off till this year. What are you confused about? CM Punk was supposed to win the Rumble last year, but he was killed by Drew. So now that he's resurrected, he's going to go on to do what was supposed to happen, and he will get Cody. And then we're going to get what we were supposed to get last time with Reigns and Rock.
All right, we'll get there when we get to that Royal Rumble match. I disagree with you on that one, homeboy. I got to disagree with you, homeboy. I got to disagree with you. Okay.
Before we get there, I'm going to need you to do another favor. Hey, we got another super chat from the
snap.
Massive donation here.
Massive. That's what I'm talking about. 3 Digglers dropping that coinage. Let me tell y'all something. Cody's reign isn't terrible. Rather have Cody in that position more than any other wrestler right now who is not Roman Reigns. You heard? Cody going to take it at Royal Rumble, but KO has been doing great work. There's many angles they can take it, but WWE will play it safe. Blah! Okay. That was close.
Not this
Big
high.
Super chat.
Super chat. Thank you so much. And he's right. And that's something that is kind of depressing where they're playing it way too safe with Cody. Take some risks. And I think it would make him even better as a champion, as a character, if they just said, you know what, let's just take the belt off of him for a couple of months, make him chase it again, and give it back to Kevin. Give it back to him when Kevin loses it at WrestleMania. But it is what it is. I'm not going to capitulate over it too much.
Yep.
We know it's not going to matter because what we're here for is the Royal Rumble. So
exactly,
this is how it's going to work. Last year, we had ourselves 2 segments. We had surprise entrants, and then we had the Rumble itself. Same thing's going to happen here. I would like to start off with the women's Rumble, and we're going to start off with the women's surprise entrance. So, I'm going to need you to fasten your seatbelt for me real quickly. I'm going to need you to go ahead and just get something.
I'm going to hold on
situated.
All right, let me switch my seat.
I'm going to need you to be ready because I know when you see who is on here, you're going to lose it. And I just want to say this too. Let me preface this. Everybody on here has been highly discussed, and even CM Punk was able to confirm that one of them will be showing up. So let's get to it. Here is the list of surprise entrants. It is exactly who you think it is. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not kidding you.
The show.
CM Punk did an interview with Jackie where she asked him, who do you think is going to appear in the Royal Rumble?
Come on, man.
And CM Punk said, oh, well, there's a big one showing up, but I can't tell you, otherwise I'll get in trouble. And AJ Lee has been all over social media as a result.
Come on, man.
AJ Lee is the one everyone's looking forward to.
Come on, man.
I called AJ Lee the moment he came back. I said, if CM Punk is coming back, you know damn well AJ Lee's coming back. Now, let me talk about the rest of these. Becky Lynch is not a surprise.
Mm-hmm.
Jordan Grace was just signed by WWE.
Yeah,
that's
not
correct.
a surprise.
So we knew she'd be in there.
Nikki Bella. This one is interesting. Now, reports are saying
rumors of her too.
We've heard rumors of her too, but I don't necessarily know if she's coming back for a full run or is it just like one of them legendary, we're going to have you here, wrestle here, but it's not a full run. I'm thinking it's a full run for Nikki Bella, which is going to be real interesting because she's not going to have Brie.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about that. Now, the Gail Kim one, we know about the TNA relationship partnership, right? And so a lot of people are speculating, imagine if they had Gail Kim return, just a one-off, because she's not wrestling full-time anymore, just to really solidify WWE TNA's relationship. That would be insane. But I'm going to shut my mouth right now. Let's get to the people that really matter. I'm going to save A for last. I want Becky to go first. How we feeling about these surprise interests? And by the way, do you feel anybody else should be entering that we don't have on the list here?
As far as surprise, I think we're
Surprise.
going to have more NXT people. I mean, we know Charlotte's going to be there. I think we're going to have a Jade Cargill.
Okay.
And I also think that we're going to have the NXT champion, Julia Gulia.
Julia.
And Stephanie Vakir, I think, will be in there. And I can't imagine they're not going to have Roxanne with everything they're doing with her and Bayley. And then, I mean, they're going to be having Lash Legend come up. So, I mean, I think there'll be quite a few NXTers in there.
Okay,
What
look.
about it, A?
Look. You had me at hello. Okay. you didn't have to say nothing but a word. You understand me? I've been pining for this day, what feels like all my life. All right, AJ Lee coming back in here, and I'm gonna tell you, I saw some video of her working out and training with Punk, and she is looking fit. She is looking good.
Are you a fangirl when she comes up?
You're damn right.
We going to go viral because he
You're
fangirling.
damn right. The second I hear ding 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 ding, light it up. I mean, it's gonna be a wrap. I'm gonna lose my freaking mind. Looking at this lineup now, when it comes to Nikki Bella, we all know the history with her and her neck. We know what's going on there. We know WWE has a history of not wanting to utilize people really with neck injuries. Now, I know she did a little something, but if she's really going to be doing she's going to be doing a run for a minute, right? Like that's great. I hope she's healthy. What I don't want to see is the concept, like we've seen AEW a lot, like we just saw with Cope. Gosh. Can we talk about that for a second? Cope! Who greenlit that?
It was, to be fair, it was Adam Copeland's idea, and Tony.
I
Khan was
assumed
like-
it was Adam Copeland's idea.
Tony
That's
Khan
why I
was
haven't
just
said
like-
much about it.
Yeah, Tony Khan's like, sure, bud, whatever you want. You're the man.
Yeah, it was also his idea not to commit to the move that broke his leg in the first place.
Yeah.
So maybe you shouldn't listen to that idea.
Yeah.
Cope. But at any rate, you do a little neck thing and you just all like, I don't want that. I don't want that. I just want you, if you're healthy, if you're good, let's not even do that. I don't know what the long-term goal here is for the women's division at this point. We haven't had Charlotte back in a minute. Becky Lynch, it almost feels like she's pretty much done everything she's wanted to do, and she is just off kind of doing other stuff. Like she's now branding herself into other arenas, and this is like an afterthought. So I don't really care about that. Jordan Grace, excellent. I love a good bodybuilding body. Three Diggles, you know this. I'm excited to see it. Who else could possibly be popping in here? Yeah, definitely some NXTers. I do want to see some old schoolers. We saw Michelle McCool in the audience the other day. I know it's not likely. I would love to see Alicia Fox back up in here. Okay, I think that would be absolutely fantastic. But because I'm about the nostalgia, but I'm also really for the women as far as what's the long-term goal for WrestleMania? We're setting the stage. If this is really you and whoever's going to be champion at the time come WrestleMania, and whatever champion you want to face, that match has to be a banger. Right. That match has to get arses in the seats. You understand what I'm saying? Who in this 30 women can do that? And I'm going to tell you right now, I hate to say it, and I know people are going to be mad, but
Are you jumping ahead to your prediction?
I'm just saying, if she's coming back as a heel, that has potential. But AJ Lee, she was done. She was CM Punk done. I'd accomplished it all. And the thing that always grinded my gears about that is whenever you see somebody wipe their feet on the mat, which you don't really see, that's somebody that takes pro wrestling seriously.
Right.
That's a level above your regular wrestler. You feel what I'm saying? That's an old school mentality. She always did that. She took this seriously, and then she just dropped out. I know she had mental health situations, and she wrote a book about it. She went on a tour. So I get it. There might be more stuff to it than we all know. And I completely respect that. But if you're legitimately now coming back after all this time, I fail to accept the reasoning that it's just a one-off. I already knew she was going to be sooner or later she was going to come back. The second CM Punk came back and mentioned her name, that would never have been allowed before. So I don't know what the game plan here is. And I'm telling you right now, I'm most interested in the women's Royal Rumble match for that reason.
And with that said, let's get right to it. The women's Royal Rumble, 30 women all in one ring. Only one can win and go on to main event. Well, not main event. Will compete for the championship at WrestleMania. Ladies first, as always, this is the women's Royal Rumble. I want to start with the lady in the group. B, who you got winning and going to WrestleMania?
Should I get in depth or should I just do what you just did? Woo!
I like it.
I like it.
What the hell's going on here, man?
They didn't bring her back for her not to win the Rumble. And she's going to main event WrestleMania. I mean, it is what it is, a Charlotte Flair.
Wow. It's that simple. Straight to it.
That's short. You know, short. The Royal Rumble, it's such a tough thing to predict because we just don't know all the players in the game. And so it's really difficult to see how this is going to turn out. But again, because it's WrestleMania, the biggest show of the year, the grandest stage of them all, what are we talking about right now? Who's your world heavyweight champion right now? Who's your WWE women's champion right now? Are they, in fact, going to be that in a few months come WrestleMania?
Yes and yes. And Charlotte would be good against Tiffany, and we wouldn't mind seeing her and Rhea run it back. That match was
very much would like to see Rhea Ripley main event WrestleMania night 1 against Charlotte Flair. Wow. I think that would be absolutely outstanding.
Part 3, by the way. Part 3.
Part 3.
But I say that also because Rhea Ripley is Rhea Ripley. She's kind of got that stone coldish. I'm kind of in that gray area, but a little more face than she was before. This promo that we saw from Charlotte gives me heel vibes. It's not giving me that hey, I'm kissing babies and shaking hands vibe. I need to see that heel back. The face just didn't work for me. You know what I mean? So I'm going Charlotte on this one, but I'm really more so interested in who's going to be the final 2, the final 3 in the match, because that also sets something up for those storylines. Usually the people that end up in that spot, they got something planned, not the people that are getting tossed out. Like, I would love to see Melina come back. She didn't get her flowers the last time. She was unceremoniously tossed.
I love Melina.
You know what I mean? So I got to go Charlotte Flair on this one.
So here's my mindset. Triple H loves to swerve. And so far, based off of my predictions, everything is too predictable. Almost down to the T. I think we all had the same person winning the men's Rumble too. Mm-hmm. So I'm thinking one of these Rumbles is going to get a swerve in it. Mm-hmm. So I have 3 women that I see winning this. The first, I think you're going to love, is Io Sky. Now, Io Sky winning this would be massive, because imagine her taking on Tiffany Stratton or Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania, because that would be a match for her. And you know Triple H has been meaning to push her as a main event player for a long time.
Right.
What a way to cap her off. Secondly, Bianca Belair. And the reason why I say Bianca is because rumors from Fightful Select say they are in talks to do Bianca Belair versus Rhea Ripley, first time ever at WrestleMania, which would be worthy of a main event slot. 100%, especially for night 1. But that being said, whenever you see, you know who I'm talking about in a match, you would be crazy to go up against it. Whenever you see the queen walk into the ring, you know what you got to do. You bow down and you acknowledge her. Woo! You already know that Charlotte Flair is my pick to win the 2025 Royal Rumble. And honestly, I think this is the right time to do it. The horrible 2020 Rumble she had, I hated that she won that because that should have gone to Shayna Baszler.
Yeah.
I do not feel bad about saying that.
Yeah.
And I still think that should have been won by Shayna Baszler. Even though Shayna lost at WrestleMania, she should have still won WrestleMania, won the Rumble that year. This year, it feels right. It feels right for Charlotte to win. I would actually be very surprised if they did not go with Charlotte. But that's kind of why I'm kind of leaning towards a swerve here. I wouldn't be surprised if they went with Bianca or Io. I don't know who else would win it, though. Because that's the thing. There isn't a lot of
Don't you think the
women.
Rumble match will bring out what really happened with Jade Cargill when she gets in the ring with these two?
Storyline with Jade Cargill. She might make a surprise entrance, too. You said that.
Because then we would want that for WrestleMania, Bianca versus Jade. If that ends up happening.
I need it fleshed out. I need it fleshed out on SmackDown, Raw, wherever they're gonna do it. You know, if she pops in and it's gonna be what's gonna be, and I want to see a little bit of that, you know, girl-mance, if you want to call it, whatever it is, but still a little side eye. Maybe Naomi's looking a little. You know, I need something if they're really gonna pull the trigger. I'll be honest with you, Alex. My feeling on this: if Charlotte was a surprise entrant, and I mean surprise, like CM Punk, nobody knows surprise, and they just dropped her music and she came in there, I don't think she would have won the Royal Rumble. I think the fact that they are doing this to
Build her up,
pregame us for the win.
I agree.
I agree with that too. So we all agree that Charlotte is winning the Women's Rumble, right?
Yep.
Well, let's see if we agree with the Men's Rumble, because that is what we're going to close things off with. Yeah, by the way, it's just 4 matches.
Oh, snap.
Oh, I saw it too.
Oh, snap.
Can you do the honors of reading huge donation?
This is gigantic, brother. Although it's not Hollywood 3 Diglets,
I was
dude.
gonna
This
say,
is the
why
man
isn't
that's
it
got to come.
Hollywood?
The largest arms in the world, brother. A full run for Nikki Bella. I'm tight, dude. That's terrible news. I will boo loudly at the top of my lungs come Saturday, Jack. AJ Lee's return will only be dope if she comes out to the cult of personality, dude. If not, then it's a flop. She'll be in the final 4. But Charlotte, woo! Taking it. Flair, Stratton, Mania. And what you gonna do when Hollywood 3 Diglets runs wild on you, brother?
He wasn't even Hollywood. He was just 3 Diglets.
I didn't have my glasses on. It said Hollywood 3 Diglets from my
Did
end.
not.
I did not. But he still might show up. He can show up at any time, by the way.
You never know. You never know.
Thank you so much, 3 Diglets. I'm pretty sure Corp CA is pretty happy that you won't be here on Saturday. But
Yeah, don't count them out.
count them out.
Don't count them out.
3 Diglets says, I'm not showing up. And then he's just like, psych. You just never know. All right. Thank you so much. You guys ready to talk about the match of the night, the one that everybody is excited about, because this is a stacked Rumble. Now, like the women, we have surprise entrants. Now, this one, I gotta get your opinions on, because this one's all over the place, but I'm very curious to know how you feel about it. Let's bring up the list. We have a huge surprise entrance list over here. We got the Hardy Boys. Once again, the TNA partnership. They could always show up. We got Omos, who actually was reported to be at the Rumble. So that one's not a surprise. AJ Styles, another one that's being rumored. He should be returning very soon. Joe Hendry is someone everybody is begging to show up, including me. Imagine 65,000 saying, say his name and he appears. I promise you it would be a legendary moment for him. And you know they want to take him.
Yeah.
You know they are waiting for his contract to expire so they can snatch him up. Zack Ryder. Zack Ryder is in the conversation.
You know it.
Yep.
He's in the conversation for his interview of, I think it's Ariel Helwani, where he said, if I showed up at the Royal Rumble, I would get a big pop. And ever since then, people are like, well, you could. I mean, you're not under contract. What's stopping you? Could just be a one-off, and that's why he's here. The big one, though, the big one that everybody's hoping is Aleister Black, and we all know why. Because Aleister Black is currently on the outs for AEW, and if I can be completely honest with you, I just kind of feel like when it comes to Mr. Malachi Black or Aleister Black, whichever one you want to go with, I did see reports that even though he's leaving AEW, we don't necessarily know if Tony Khan let him go, like let him go, or he's sitting at home waiting for his contract to expire.
Gotcha.
Now, if it's the former, yeah, he'll be there on Saturday. If it's the latter, don't expect to see him until after WrestleMania.
Right.
So I know a lot of people are like, oh my God, Aleister Black's coming back. He is. I'm going to need you to pump the brakes. Pump the brakes.
Pump your brakes,
when it comes to Rumble. I personally think he's the least likely to happen.
Right.
Everybody else, though, I 100% expect to see AJ Styles. 100%. I expect to see Omos. I expect to see the Hardys. That would be really, really good. We saw both Matt and Jeff. But I'm curious. Hey, how we feeling about that list we just had?
I'll be honest with you. If it is true, if it is really true that Aleister Black will show up here, more than anything, I don't know if anybody saw that South Park episode where Cartman was drinking the kids' tears. So delicious. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Your tears. You remember that one?
Yeah.
Like I feel like Tony Khan just isn't getting it. And I don't know why. I don't know why you had a man like this and you are not this is going to come out worse than I mean it. You're not satisfying him. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it like that. But you understand what I'm saying.
Hey, it's all right. We're cool over here. You can get a little rated R. It's fine.
All right. Well, you know, that's better than cope. But you're not satisfied. You're not giving him what he wants. I mean, why go through the rigmarole of having somebody over here and like you said in your video, like a Ricky Starks, like a Ray Phoenix, like you are just not utilizing these people. You're paying them, but you're not doing it, and it's petty. It's petty. So if you're not going to do anything with them, let's have them come on over here. But again, that pettiness might still show up. Who knows? The list looks great. I'm excited if, in fact, Zack Ryder's going to be in here. You already know that if you say his name, Mr. Hendry, it's going to blow the roof off that joint for sure. I'm liking this list. And I think we need a giant. You know, Omos is in this. Yeah. I think we need a giant. If we're not going to get a big red machine in there, I want to see this man dominate and collect. Okay? I want to see this dominate. I think it's a good list. It's a good list.
What do you think, B?
Well, first and foremost, as much as I love the Hardys, they just need to stop. Like it's time to retire. You know, you want to talk about broken. What's broken is Matt Hardy's body. Like when we saw him in Vegas, he looked like it was hurting him to walk into the club.
Yeah, that's true.
He was
That
like,
is true.
oh, and he hadn't even fought yet.
That is true.
And I was like, okay, bro, it hurts to watch you walk. So like you're still in the ring, and I know that they have so much heart, and I know they want to go. I just, you know, like I love them, but I don't expect much from them in the match. As far as, so I don't know about Aleister this soon either, but I do know that we will have NXTers in there. I expect to see Trick Williams, and I hope that we see some issues between him and Carmelo. But what I really want to see is Obafemi in this match, and we are going to get that moment between him and Omos where they're just looking at each other, and we're about to get it, and then they all break it up, and then the world realizes you thought you were over Omos until you saw that, and you realized how much you need that in your life.
Come on now. Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. Y'all ain't ready for Oba Femi in this. You ain't ready for that.
So Oba, I believe, will be in it, and then I'll wait for my predictions.
All right,
Who he says
all right.
predictions for who's
All
going to
right.
take it. Although I think I already said earlier.
Then, as about we wrap things up. But before I do, I just want to say thank you to all the people watching us. We have a whopping 300 people watching us across all platforms. Let me go ahead and give a shout out. Yes,
One more
ma'am.
time.
Yeet.
Give it a yeet.
Yeet. Let me go ahead and give one more quick shout out. A&B Convos Wrestling Edition. Please go subscribe to them. The link is down below in the description. They are the premier reaction channel here on YouTube. And I can say that because they were literally on WWE TV. Yes, they were.
We were.
Yeah, baby,
That
twice.
was us.
Not once, but twice, ladies.
2 times.
Two times.
We got superstars, royalty in the building. Please show them some love. Please go check them out. Check them out. Check them out. All right, let's get to it. The big event, the one everyone's been waiting for. The men's 30-man Royal Rumble. Who's going to go to WrestleMania? Who's going to take on Cody Rhodes and or Gunther for the WWE Championship? And as soon as I said that, you will not believe who just dropped another $100 donation.
Damn.
Scared the dog.
Sorry, I scared the dogs on that one. Channel mascots got a little freaked out.
If you don't
Oh
mind
my
reading this one
gosh.
from me, eh?
Oh, my brother, I appreciate that. Let me tell you something right now, man. My intuition tells me that dude, what's the dude love? You got dude love.
We do have dude love.
We got dude love over here. We'll make an appearance, and I'm gonna go nuts if he does. Joe Hendry is going to be the biggest pop of the night. Jay Uso main event. Yeet. Will win the Royal Rumble if he doesn't come out number 1 or number 2. Final 4. Jay, Punk, Roman, Drew. I said what I said. Fight me if you want to.
Wow.
That's what I'm talking about. Big super chat.
Massive
on, Sweet
super
Dicklets.
chat. And I will do this one. It won't be as good as A does it reading, but I'll do my best. $5. Thank you so much from Casa D18 Studios.
All right,
I
Casa.
feel like Omos should have waited to give up the GHC tag team title until after the Rumble. It would have been cool to have that belt represented. Hey, I don't follow Omos outside of WWE, so if he was representing something else, yeah, that probably would have been a good idea to help promote a different promotion, but who knows? Can I run down who is in this men's Rumble? This is
Lay it out.
stacked Rumble. So we have John Cena, Roman Reigns, Jey Uso, Seth Rollins, CM Punk, Drew McIntyre. Oh my God, it's already loaded. We're not done. You got Carmelo Hayes. You got so many other people coming in. It is loaded with main eventers after main eventers after main eventers. And dare I say, this is probably the most stacked Royal Rumble they've had since, I don't want to say the Attitude Era, but find me another one.
Yeah.
Man, it is loaded with literally all of their big names outside of Cody Rhodes. So we're going to have an excellent match. I am absolutely excited about all of this, but there can only be one. So I'm going to start it off.
Please.
Then we're going to go to B, and then we're going to end with you, A.
All right.
Just to kind of set that up.
All right.
When I think about WrestleMania 41, instantly I go, well, the main event's going to be Rock versus Roman Reigns. And the reason why I say that, have you guys seen the prices? I don't know if you guys are going or not.
We are going. We bought the tickets.
So you know how expensive this is.
Yeah.
Yes.
The lowest price ticket, and they can confirm this, is $700 for nosebleeds. That means if you're going to go, you will be spending at minimum $1,500.
Don't get me started.
They better have Rock and Roman in that main event. I'm going to just say that right now. They better not have no rinky-dink, boring, Raw, SmackDown menu. It better be the biggest WrestleMania main event you got if the tickets are that expensive. So I already
Have you decided not to go?
Huh?
You're not going?
I mean, I could still go. I'm still sitting on it. Let me
want you to
have
go.
a couple more minutes, B. Because that's super expensive. Come on now.
I know. But it's what we do.
I know. I could go. Should I go? Let me know, y'all. I can probably go.
Should he not go? Do we all need to meet up the YouTubers out there? You know what I mean?
She wants me to go, so I probably do need to go because she invited me. It would be rude not to go. All right. Anyways, we'll work that out outside. If I was to go, the main event better be Rock versus Roman. I will say that. So with that in mind, I'm thinking that Cody is going to main event night 1. And so whoever wins this Rumble is going to fight Cody. And so that leaves 2 possible winners for me. There's other winners we can do. Not saying nobody else could win, but we got 2 possible winners. CM Punk, John Cena. I can't believe I'm saying this. You will never, ever hear me say this again. You better record this. You better save this, because this is the only time I'm going to pick this man to ever win both a Royal Rumble and a WrestleMania. My pick to win the 2025 Royal Rumble is John Cena.
Wow.
Now, full transparency, I was going to go with CM Punk before this started. I thought CM Punk's promo with Cody Rhodes on Raw, like B said, was like, well, that kind of set up their WrestleMania match, essentially. But then I thought about it for a minute. I'm like, nah, this is John Cena's last WrestleMania. Like his last WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Like his last one. Yeah.
His last WrestleMania. So he's fighting for a championship. He's got to fight for a championship, whether it's Gunther or Cody. And I thought to myself, man, if we're going to have John Cena at WrestleMania, there's only one opportunity for him to fight Cody Rhodes. You're not going to be able to do this again next year or the year after it. And we only got him for a few dates, right? So I was thinking to myself, like, we could still do Gunther and Cena at Mania and then do Cody and Cena later. But then I'm like, nah, that's not going to be the right place to do it. The right place to do John Cena and Cody Rhodes is WrestleMania. That is a WrestleMania match. We can always do CM Punk and Cody later because they're going to be here for years to come, right? So, yeah, I can't believe I'm saying it, and you will never hear me say it again, but I'm going with the doctor of thugonomics, Mr. C Nation himself. If I was talking to myself 10 years ago, I would probably kick myself because what the hell is wrong with you picking John Cena to win? But, it's his last year. Yep. It's a swan song. And I think the story of John Cena not winning a single match in over 3,000 days.
Yeah.
Not a singles match. Not a single match.
Nope.
Yeah.
That story going into WrestleMania is going to be so huge because then it's like, who do the fans choose?
Yep.
Are you going to choose Cody or Cena? You could choose both, but I have a feeling you're going to be forced to choose one or the other. I'm going to be interested to see who the fans go with. And so I'm going to go with Cena, but I'm curious, B, who you got to win.
Wait a minute. Give me your final 4, though.
My final 4? Thank you for that. I appreciate it. CM Punk, Drew, Cena, Jay.
Okay. Wow. He didn't put Roman in the final 4.
I think Roman's going to get kicked out early.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So my final 4 are Jay, Roman, John Cena, and CM Punk.
Okay.
And then I think Roman's favor might come into play as to why he lets CM Punk win. I would also think it would be John Cena if he was showing up more. Because he hasn't won one match, it's hard to believe he'd win a Rumble. And because CM Punk was for sure, I think, supposed to win last year before he got hurt. Well, maybe he wasn't, I don't know, but I think he was at least I think I really see CM Punk and Cody doing this at WrestleMania, but like you said, that could be a future thing. But we also don't know how much time Punk has. He's made of glass. And
That's true.
John Cena could get a different title. I don't know. I'm just gonna go with being CM Punk for the win.
Yeah, that's fair.
Wow. Total
CM
disagreement.
Punk. And
Okay.
CM Punk fights Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania.
Uh-huh.
Wow, that's a huge match. They teased it on Raw. Okay. What you think, eh?
Yeah, look, man. I'm gonna tell you like this. Let me tell you like this. I don't know who my final four is gonna be. I'm pissed that they're not. I don't know what to do with Jey Uso right now. The fact that he didn't win on Saturday night's main event, but yet the crowd was still going nuts. He had Quavo.
Quavo.
With him. Anybody but Snoop Dogg. Yeah. Anybody but that sellout. Take it easy. We're not
right there,
getting
sir?
political there. Sorry about that. Allergies. No.
Yeah.
I mean, legitimately, I don't know what we're doing with him. I would very much like to see him in the main event. But then again, I don't know, man, because we see how the crowd reacts to Jay. He's far and beyond over. There's no doubt about that. But it's long term here. What are we talking about? Who's going to be the face of the company? Because that's what the champion is, the face of the company, right? So I don't know if that's Jay being the face of the company. I don't know. I'm not saying he couldn't be. I just don't know. John Cena for sure. This is it. Like, this is it. I don't know what we're complaining about not winning a singles match if we're not going to win a singles match. And you can't win a bigger singles match than a main event at WrestleMania. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, if we're going to do it, let's do it. But I also said, I'm upset that we have gotten no John Cena. Like, nothing. Like, he's just going to pop in there, and that bothers me. You're not staking your claim here. You know what I mean? You're not doing anything to make me believe that you have earned this. You're just popping in because you're John Cena. So I got issue with it. But at the end of the day, it's all about the numbers. The biggest gate, the box office, like you said, the ticket prices of WrestleMania are out freaking outrageous. And it's in Las Vegas. It's gotta be a big name. It has to be. I don't know how we're going to get to Roman and Rock just yet. I really don't. Rock seems very inconsistent right now. Roman is also inconsistent right now. We're getting Paul Heyman. I thought for sure, because we saw him talk to Paul Heyman backstage, and he said he was supposed to be there. What was it, Monday night?
Maybe it was
Right?
Friday night.
And it didn't happen. There's no excuse at this juncture unless there was some crazy emergency for you not to show up and do something. Say something. This is big. And even if this is the conclusion to the Rock and Roman, and Rock can finally just go off and be a TKO board member or whatever, I don't know. At the end of the day, my prediction still stands. What I really want to see is Orton's music hit and we get that Orton-Cena rivalry one more time. You know, just that interaction in that Rumble. I very much want to see that. And at the end of the day, it should be John Cena. It should be John Cena.
If he could pull off a WrestleMania match, I'm sorry, but the last time we saw him in a SummerSlam match versus a Roman Reigns, it sucked. And it was over pretty quick, and Cena didn't really do much of nothing. So is he in the ring, getting in ring shape? Because there's a reason he ain't winning. And if he is too busy to show up, is he too busy to train? And if he's too busy to train, I don't want to see him in a WrestleMania main event just because he's John Cena.
Yeah, I can't disagree with that either. I can't disagree with that either. These are valid points.
She speaks the truth right there. She makes
These are valid points. I mean, it's who what is the long-term goal here? The Rock is all about, he keeps saying, I'm the long gamer. We were at NXT when he was there, and he was like, oh, wait, the fans talk about Cody Rhodes, and now you're hugging Cody Rhodes. Just shut up and enjoy the ride. Something's going on. And we have no idea what that is. And that's why I said earlier, there are too many unanswered questions going on right now, too many loose ends that I need tied up. I really do.
I'm enjoying the ride.
Give me a Roman. You ain't enjoying that dang ride. So also I'm saying is, at the end of the day, it's not just about the long-term game. It's really about this.
Yes, business.
It's about that dollars, and it's John Cena.
It's John
All right.
Cena, and it's his last year. With that said, $10 from Three Diglets. Massive donations tonight, as
Yes,
always.
sir.
And I'm gonna read this one if you don't mind.
Yes, sir.
I am very grateful for you guys continuing to watch and donate to the channel. Three Diglets says Cody versus Orton, Jey Uso versus Gunther come WrestleMania. That's a solid double main event right there, Daddy-O. Daddy-O. I like it.
Daddy-O.
And to tag onto that, he says CM Punk will win the Royal Rumble. So he has Punk winning. Wow. But yeah, those are the top favorites, CM Punk and John Cena. I don't see anybody saying Randy Orton. Don't see anybody saying Roman. That's
Oh, Mark by Wrestling. Hi. Sorry.
I don't think so. Well, let me ask you this question. This goes to you, Alyx. Tagging on to Three Diglets super chat in his comment. I mean, if it's not John Cena, right? If it's not going to be John Cena and it is in fact going to be CM Punk and Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania, let me ask you, do you see Punk beating him for the title?
ooh, is CM Punk?
Do you see him beating him for the title?
That's a completely different story. I didn't even actually think about because
Absolutely.
the favor that he has for Paul Heyman and Roman would have to come into play there. So, yeah, I honestly think if you main event, finally give CM Punk that main event against Cody Rhodes, he has to win. You have to have him win. I think he goes heel if you do that too. By heel, I mean Punk. And you give Punk that championship win against Cody Rhodes. Oh my goodness.
Well, let me ask you this question.
Crazy.
You talking about a swerve. This is out of left field, but I'm just saying, what if that favor? What if it is, in fact, at some point, maybe not Mania, I don't know, but if it is CM Punk versus Cody Rhodes for the title, what if that favor is Roman Reigns interjects himself, spears Cody Rhodes out of his boots so that CM Punk can, in fact, get that belt?
That would solidify Punk as a heel.
And he wouldn't want to do it, but his loyalty to the wise man.
Wow.
How do you feel about that happening? And then that some way, somehow, because now what we've also got is we've got old school Rock back. I don't know if we're getting like Cody Rhodes whooping Mama Rhodes Rock final boss, but I don't know. Because this is a hard pivot that he did. And so then you get Roman going back to being more heelish and Rock being back to Rock. So it was like it was last year before the world turned and made it, Cody in the main event. You feel what I'm saying? Maybe
So,
that's how they do it.
I like what you're saying. I like what you're putting up. And I like what you're putting down. Let me give you a bit of a devil's advocate take. So Roman is currently on a road to redemption.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't that be taking it back? Wouldn't that be a setback onto that?
agree.
Matter of fact, I think our good friend, Marked by Wrestling, also known as the Wrestling Historian,
Yes.
said the same thing. He says Roman is on a long road to redemption. Gotta wonder if that will be a setback. That is true.
I agree. I don't
That
think.
is
yeah.
true.
I think if anyone goes heel, that maybe it would be Cody, because people turned on him as a champion. Maybe he's like, okay, you know what? I tried to be a champion. You guys thought I was born, and then he gets,
I hear
Really?
you and I understand you, but what I'm saying is, and Hulk Hogan said this before, there's nothing quite like redemption when you are somebody who turned heel and then you decide to go back face and the crowd goes crazy. All I'm saying is he's stuck between a rock and a hard place. I have to say it like that.
Nice.
But
wouldn't complain about
he
that.
calls in a favor. Like you see maybe Paul Heyman go back there, like he and Punk are talking, and Punk walks away and Paul's got that look on his face like, oh man, I don't want to do this. But you got to call in that favor. And he's got to do it for you.
But that's what I think is going to happen at the Rumble, which is why he wins the Rumble.
Do you think that Punk is going to win the Rumble?
Yes.
Because the favorite's going to be called in there.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, there he is.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Super Chat champion, World Super Chat champion is in the building. Corpse.
Well, your Super Chat champion.
Well, I appreciate it. We have 2 Super Chat champions, but my World Super Chat champion is in the building.
Now.
Corpse CA, $20. Paul Heyman in the corner of Punk at Mania as payment, leaving Roman confused.
Not bad.
Not bad.
Not bad.
It is unpredictable what they can do for WrestleMania. And
Yeah.
I love it, but also it has me kind of anxious. And this is coming from someone that's been through the Vince McMahon era. You don't know what's going on and you don't know what's coming. It makes you go, oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
Is it going to be great?
Right.
But I kind of like it. I kind of like feeling like that kid that didn't know what was going to happen. So you had to watch every single week to catch up. And I like that feeling that we have for Royal Rumble because we have multiple possibilities for WrestleMania. And all of them are fire. That being said, we have another donation here from Marked by Wrestling.
Hey, Steven.
Wrestling historian.
Steven Sandris, the wrestling historian. He says, the men's Rumble gonna cook harder than 2020. Hope everybody got their plates ready for Saturday.
I know that's right. I know that's right.
That's gonna be a hell of a Rumble. I'm telling you, the men's Rumble is gonna be fantastic. And a lot of people have been saying that it could be one of the best in history. And they're already comparing. He said 2020. 2020 was awesome. That was Drew's Rumble when he eliminated Brock Lesnar. I was there live. I love that. And they're already comparing it to 2001 was like the Attitude Era Austin Rumble. And then 1992 was the Ric Flair Rumble when he won the title. So these are big shoes to fill if we're going to compare it. But
yeah,
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling really good about this Rumble. And yeah, after hearing you two talk, I'm going to sit with my pick. I'm going with John Cena. I just think that's just the best story. And we didn't talk about this. I did bring it up in my last video. Like, if there was ever an opportunity for John Cena to go heel, not saying it's going to happen, but this is the perfect setup. You're desperate. This is the only time, the only chance you'll get at the WWE Championship. What are you going to do to get it? It's how it is, man. Y'all.
What are you going to do?
Now,
brother?
that would be exciting. Yeah. I think that unless John Cena has grown past this, he's really weird about how face he is. Fruity Pebbles face, you know what I mean? But since you're not the face of the company anymore and this is your last chance to do it, maybe he's gotten older and more comfortable with, let me try that. Let me do that heel. Because it's not like he's never been a heel, but he hasn't turned back since he was big John Cena. If he turned back heel to cheat, to win and stuff, I'd be more excited to see that for sure.
What'd you think about that, eh?
Whatever's going to be the largest gate. All I see from Triple H and a press event is the largest gate in WWE history. Largest gate, like, so ever since The Rock came on board, for sure, it's like the largest gate. The tickets have been outrageous. Like, it's just it's out of control. It's running wild. Yeah, and it's really about. And I also feel like they need a little bit of call of redemption from last year because it wasn't their original plan, and they had to do that hard pivot. It still worked out, but I think they still feel somewhat unfulfilled, and they want to do the show like they want to do the show, not because it was a fan takeover. You know what I mean? And I feel like in their mind, whatever is going to get them the largest gate is what is going to happen at the Royal Rumble. Who is going to be the people that they want to see night 1, night 2 in the main event? Point blank period. Point blank period. Is that and that it doesn't necessarily mean the right person should win. Like, it should have been such and such. Like, we're complaining about Dakota Kai versus Lyra Valkyria. Like, it should have been. It was what it was. You know what I mean? They felt like there was more investment and more eyes and more pop, if you will, for Lyra than Dakota. I don't know.
I mean, I don't know why it came down to those two personally, but when both of them were in the audience and they showed them, Dakota got a little more of a pop than Lyra, but that's because Lyra got none.
Yeah.
She still didn't get a pop. She didn't get a pop like Roxanne got a pop.
Nothing against
Roxanne
them.
was more over than both of them, to be honest with you.
Exactly.
And let's just be real. Lyra Valkyria is a company project. They just see potential in her, and they should, because she's excellent inside the ring.
She is good, and she has a gimmick, and yet,
She's lacking personality. Let's just call it like it is.
yes.
There's no bite to that meat.
Yes,
That's what I said.
because
There's no tapatio on this.
Yeah, you have a cool character idea, but you're not a character.
Look,
like you
Wonder
said.
Bread can hold the meat and cheese, but let's keep it real.
It's Wonder Bread.
It's Wonder Bread.
It's Wonder Bread. Like, imagine Stephanie Baker with the gimmick that Lyra Valkyria has. She would
oh my
have
gosh.
ate it up because
Oh my
Stephanie
gosh.
Baker has that natural charisma to her. Same
She
thing with,
walks out, and like you said, her charisma, you're sold.
Yes.
Like, she doesn't need to say anything.
She commands the audience. She commands that respect, not only because she's good in that ring, but just her aura.
All of
and
it.
not
Her aura
everybody
is
has
fierce.
that. And that's why we've always been champions for mid-card titles, because not everybody can be the face of the company. And that's my whole point, wrapping it all up. Who do you see being the face of the company? Do you want Wonder Bread or do you want some pumpernickel? I ask you.
Is Jada Parker Pumpernickel?
Woo! Jada Parker better be in that 30 woman. I'm telling you right now.
Can I get little advice too? I want her in there.
Yeah, for real. I love Lola too.
I don't know. That's a lot of junk in the trunk. I don't know if that ring can hold all that junk. Hold on now.
Okay, before we move along, let me go ahead and get these super chats out the way. Thank you for the donations, everyone. It's crazy tonight. I appreciate it. This is from me, by the
Yes.
way. Alyx, how big was the pop for Edge when he returned at Rumble 2020? I'm gonna be honest with you. In my section, it was deafening. So
Yeah.
I don't know how it came across on. I remember it coming across pretty loud on TV, but like in my audience, nobody thought he was showing up. I did because I'm the wrestling nerd, but nobody thought he was showing up. So when he came out, people were crying, people were losing their minds. It was a big pop. Yeah, because remember, this is Edge's first match back after being gone for like 9 years. So yeah, my
That was
section.
colossal.
It was massive. My collection lost their mind. One of the reasons why that's one of the best Rumbles they have because of his return.
Yep.
Another super chat here from Jason Lewis, $4.99. Randy should be Cena's last Mania opponent. No ifs, ands, or buts. John Cena and Randy Orton.
I see where he's going with that. Yeah, I see where he's going with that.
I ain't mad at that.
But I give that man give him his 17. Just come on.
That's where I am. That's where I am right now. Even if you don't give him the 17, tell the story that he got that close and failed.
Yeah.
Both of them work. Look, I don't know if I even care right now that he beat 17. Can I be honest with you? I love Flair, but he can lose that record. Ric Flair can lose that record. Am I going to get in trouble for saying that? No, I don't think anybody cares at this point, right?
Records are made to be broken. WrestleMania. Don't get me started with Taker. I mean that's
If you're going to call him the greatest of all time, he's got to have some accolade to it.
Right.
You can't be somebody that you said hasn't won for 3,000 days. You're every single time you come out here and wrestle, you're a loser. You're not in a position, and I hate to say this, and I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. You're not in a position anymore to be the guy to be putting people over. You're
Right.
bar none on the mic, no doubt about it. But there's no way in this world you can be taken seriously as somebody that's putting somebody over if you're constantly losing. Constantly losing. You got to be a winner. You've got to be. You were not a 16-time world champion for nothing. You were not the face of the company for years for nothing. So you've got to be a winner. At some point this year, he needs to win big. Right. He has to. Come on.
Otherwise, why come back? Why come back?
What are we do? What are we doing exactly?
You're gonna lose your entire run here.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
You're right, B. You're right, A. I completely agree with you on that. But
that's crazy.
All right. So before we wrap up, any final thoughts on this men's rumble here? Or what's your excitement level about it? How we feeling about your picks? Do you want to change it? Like, what are your final thoughts when it comes to this?
My final thought is go subscribe to Mark by Wrestling because he also just dropped Royal Rumble predictions today.
That's
You
correct.
could go see his
Really?
video
Yes, he did. Yes, he
right
did.
before we went live.
Yes, he did.
I'm not going to change my predictions. I'm good with my predictions. Excited because The Rock and Hunter, if they're working together on this, I don't think Triple H needs The Rock to help, but I just am loving everything that's been coming out now that these two are collaborating together, and especially at the big ones. And this is a big Royal Rumble, first one since Netflix. It's I'm excited.
How we feeling, A? Final thoughts.
I'm gonna tell you right now. First of all, if we don't get Hacksaw Jim Duggan, tough guy, in that thing, it is a travesty of justice. Okay, we finally saw my man in the audience. I absolutely popped. I've been saying that all the time. I'm pulling for you, Hacksaw. No, I at the end of the day, when it comes to the individual Rumble matches, I hope we get some other surprises. I really hope that the women and the men, especially the women, are treated right in here. We get some good time. We get some good rivalry. We get some storytelling out of this these Royal Rumble matches. I really hope we get some solid storytelling, some long-term storytelling. Whatever happens, if Jade is going to pop in here, I definitely need to see something going on with her, Naomi, Bianca. Like, I need something.
Yeah.
If Becky Lynch is in fact going to be back, clearly you got to have a situation with Charlotte, even Nia Jax. I want to see the fist to the face. Like, I need to see stuff that you're pulling back from back in the day to further some stuff along. Also, when it comes to Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes, I'm really interested in that more so than I thought I would be. And I give a big prop to Kevin Owens for this. The fact that this man has been diabolical this entire time. You're hanging a belt that has long since been retired. You don't put belts up like that. You just don't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Long since been retired. I only pray to the wrestling gods of old that the WWE Championship and the Winged Eagle have a baby and something comes out that is glorious for whoever gets that win. That's all I got to say about that. What about you, brother?
Corpse CA, our champ, says, I got Hurricane Helms to win the Royal Rumble. What's up with that?
There's a hurricane coming through.
There's a hurricane.
Stand back.
There's a hurricane
Yes.
coming through.
I'm good with it.
Hey.
Oh,
I
and
got you,
Santino Marella,
Corpse.
he's been doing big in TNA. He had, what was it? Did he have the quickest elimination by Kane? I think, or one of the quickest.
1 second, yes.
1 second. I mean, he could he could be back. Like, just the
never
nostalgia
know.
pops, because
You
I also
never
say this
know.
real quick. You brought back Saturday night's main event, a show that I thought we would never ever again see in our lifetime. And the fact that you went all in, especially this last one, the nostalgia feels were even better than the original. You have that opportunity. It seems to me like you're really on track to do stuff and turn back the clock a little bit. You're bringing people, old school people, back in the audience. Like, you're doing it.
Yeah.
You're doing big things, man. Imagine if Medusa were actually in a 30-woman Royal Rumble. Imagine this. I'm not saying she would be, but all I'm saying is just imagine the feels when
She's
you
still in
really
shape.
get. Yeah, she can. I'm sure she can go. Just lean into it, man. Don't be afraid to lean into it and almost tease that. Oh my gosh, is Jordan Grace? Is she about to win it? Like just lean into whatever it is. Tease us with it, because I don't want predictability to be boring. It doesn't
Right.
have to be. That's all I'm saying. That's my take.
Wait, can I just say really quick? Zay just made a comment, and I actually was thinking the same thing. Imagine that we get Becky and AJ Lee getting into it on another level. And because Seth, even though Punk said he was done, Seth doesn't seem like he's done. And that gives us a chance to bring that back full around and have the women involved.
So many
like it.
possibilities, man. Possibilities.
especially this super chat here. I want to see Victoria make an appearance in the
Oh, yeah, I
women's
wouldn't be mad at that
Royal
either.
Rumble. Thank you, Mr. Mike Lee, with the $5 super chat.
Thank you.
I did hear a rumor, because we are going to get the female inductee. The reason they signed her was for her to be it this year.
Come on.
Imagine if Victoria finally,
Come
dear God,
Put some respect on that name.
finally Victoria gets into the Hall of Fame. I
on.
hope and pray to God she's the inductee this year.
Absolutely.
Everyone's been calling for her to get inducted for decades now. And I mean literal decades. But
Yeah.
100%. Guys, thank you all so much for being here. I hate to cut it off, and I really do hate to cut it off here, but it is time for us to bid ourselves adieu. So
I do.
one quick time, A and B Convos, do you mind telling them where they can find you?
Absolutely. So this week, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we are going to be live for Friday Night SmackDown. And then we are also going to be filming our podcast Saturday morning. We may or may not have a certain Just Alex of Alex's World as a special guest on there. I don't want to say. I'm just saying. But then, of course, later on that day, we will be live for the Royal Rumble live watch along. Am I right on that?
Yes, but our podcast, even though it's filmed Saturday, won't be dropped until Tuesday.
Tuesday,
But
yes, for sure. Absolutely. There you go.
But you might see some controversial things.
Might.
Or heard some controversial things in case
Never
you
know.
want to listen.
Never know.
You
Could be.
just never know.
Never know. Don't talk about it. You know what I mean?
Gabagoo.
Bada boom.
Gabagoo. Please go subscribe to their YouTube channel. And of course, Smart by Wrestling. We'll have to get him back on here for a future episode. And I gotta wonder, since I got you two here, what's your schedules looking like for WrestleMania week?
Oh, snap.
Dun, dun, dun.
Well, I'm gonna tell you right now. We will. We are relatively open. We will be traveling. That
Thursday.
Thursday we will be traveling.
It will be the WrestleMania prediction will be the week before, so the weekend before.
Oh, okay.
Well, I think in the words of old school rock, just
Bring it.
bring it.
Absolutely,
And
brother.
I'm gonna make the introduction, the invite right now. Marked by Wrestling. Are you also free? A 4-way for
Come on.
WrestleMania week. Come on now.
Usually
gotta pay double for that kind of action, Cotton.
Knew he was gonna say it.
We got a little spicy in this prediction show. A little spicy. But
Let me
this is
know.
his channel. This is his channel. We can do it.
Let us know, Steven. Reach out to me. We'll make that work. Ladies and gentlemen, you
Beautiful.
will see them again here on Alex's World. But unfortunately, it is time for us to go. We love you all. As always, please hit that like button. Of course, follow us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. And of course, if you've already donated, thank you all so much. We'll continue to support the channel. And anything else that you want to do, we are always here. Reach out to us on social media. This is always a safe space, not just here, but also on their channel for wrestling fans like you. And of course, it is time for us to say goodbye. So we will see you all next time, right here in Alex's World, a safe space for wrestling fans like you. Peace.
When you're